Hey guys, welcome back to One All's Pub. Before you on the bar top here is a Boker Kwaiken that has been pimped by Bauer Blade Works. I'm sure you're familiar, if you're a knife guy, I'm sure you're familiar with his channel and have seen all the Kwaikens that he does. He's pretty prolific in his pimping of these things. I'll put a link to his channel down below in the description. But regardless, I bought this knife from Blade HQ. Oh boy, I don't remember now. A couple, 2, 3 months ago, and immediately, got it, and then like the next day, sent it off to Kevin at Bauer Blade Works for the pimp job, and I had him. I left it. First of all, I bought it with the OD Green, OD Green micarta, canvas micarta. They also sell it with that orange G10, which I'm just not a fan of orange knives. So I like micarta and I like OD Green, so to me this is really nice. I don't know why people replace this one so much. I mean, if you want to put lightning strike carbon fiber on it, or you know, titanium or this or that, or you just want to go crazy pimping it, I get it. But this is a really nice handle material. Canvas micarta is really nice. It's got some grip to it. It's got a nice some nice bite to it. It's not real slick. It feels really. It's got a nice texture in the hand. If I can get up close and show it to you, if I can get the camera to focus here. But there you go. I mean, it's a nice texture this has. It feels good in the hand, and if your hands get a little wet, it gets even grippier. So it's really nice. I actually really dig it. And so I had him leave the scales alone, but I did have him, and you can see some of his handiwork there. I did have him acid wash the clip and the blade, and look at that. Isn't that beautiful? He also ran it on the wicked edge for me, even though I told him he didn't have to, because I would do it when I got the knife back. It had been long enough that he probably forgot, and it was just his SOP to do it. So he ran this across the wicked edge and put a very nice little edge on this bad boy. Very nice indeed. He also put on a larger thumb disc, probably one that he'd pulled off of one of the many other ones that he pimps, where he puts like carbon fiber handles on them or scales on them, and then he'll put like a carbon fiber thumb disc. So he probably has a bunch of these sitting around, so he just threw one of those on, which is the kind of the standard size for the orange ones. This had this little tiny thumb disc, which actually made opening it fairly challenging. It could be done. You could get in there and open it, but it was not what you'd call easy. So with this, though, it actually is pretty nice. It's actually not really a problem at all now. I've heard some other people still complaining about it, and that's just kind of a general thumb disc complaint. I think it works functionally just fine, so no problems with it. Another mod that I had him do, and I'm sure you've seen it, is that guy right there. The flipper mod, what they call the Alexander Dietz's contribution to the Burnley design here. This is a Lucas Burnley design here off of one of his customs that Boker had licensed from him. And with that little flipper mod, it takes what is just a thumb disc opening knife, and by shaving the liner and the micarta scale down here, you expose the tang of the blade here, and you have a nice little pull flipper. And brother, does it work? That is a cool design, in my opinion. And I haven't actually handled one of the new ones that has the actual flipper on it, the new Boker's, let alone an actual Burnley custom. I've never handled, but I've not handled one of the new Boker customs that actually has a, or excuse me, customs. One of the new Boker full titanium ones that has a little flipper on it. Nor do I want one. I actually prefer this. I think this is just very cool, and I think it's such a cool and novel approach to an otherwise svelte and slim knife that sticking a little flipper on the back of this takes away from the lines of this, and just having this little tang sticking out the front of this, just that's the way that this should have been done. Dietz figured it out, and Kevin over at Bauer Blade Works knows how to make them too. So very cool. Just a gorgeous knife. I mean, I love the OD micarta. Just no reason to change that. I just left the black, the standard backspacer, and I didn't do anything wild and crazy. I wasn't looking to make this into a quote-unquote pimped knife to be all flashy and whatnot. I wanted the flipper mod and and a bigger thumb disc. And since I had him have it there, you know, he might as well go ahead and acid wash the blade just because that looks so nice. You can't really even see anymore, I don't think. Maybe barely. Can you see? I don't know. Focusing on Bert and the beer back there. All right, you can see where it says Burnley here under the thumb disc and the IKBS logo right there. So you can still see some of the logo work here. You can see Boker right there, just barely. There we go. And, of course, we are dealing with, does it say, can you see it? I don't think you can. Yeah, you can. Oh, you can see it. It should be this way. Aus 8 steel. Woohoo! The uber rare super steel known as Aus 8. Okay, not really. But what it is a decent steel. I mean, it's, you know, it's a decent Japanese steel that's made to be a medium utility steel, and that's fine. You know, for the price of this knife, you know, what they sell it for, just in its base form, I'll say it's a fair steel to put in it. You know, I would prefer something a little better, but Boker doesn't really, I mean, at least they didn't put like 440C in it or something like that. Now, that new one that they have out with all the titanium and everything, I'm really kind of shocked they didn't step it up and put something nicer in there steel-wise. Like, I mean, even just some D2 in that would have been kind of cool. Maybe some Sleipner or, you know, what did it kill them to put some, you know, M390 or something cool like that. I mean, if they would have done that with as big a hit as this knife has been, you know, M390 being a German steel as well, or even N690, you know, some German steel. You know, these things they're made in Taiwan, but Boker's a German company. Maybe they could have, you know, given something really cool in that regard, and as popular and as big a hit as this base knife has been. When they came out with that full Taiwan, they could have just thrown a really bitchin' steel on there and probably had themselves a really nice knife that they could have charged a premium for, and people probably would have paid for it. But people are still paying for it with the Aus 8, so I mean, who knows? What do I know? It's a cool knife regardless. 3.5-inch blade, 4 3/4-inch handle, maybe a little longer. Can't remember exactly. Once again, Bert's gonna fill in the blank for me here when it comes to statistics, because I don't like to look them up beforehand, and Bert likes to give me crap about it, so we'll let him do that. Good handle in the hand, feels good. You know, it's pretty straight. It's actually got a slight curve this way. Feels good in the hand though. Just a nice, slim, very nice to carry pocket knife. Under 5 ounces. Has a nice weight to it, but still not heavy by any stretch. Flips just fantastically. And one of the things that Kevin did is, I initially thought he was going to, and maybe he did give him a light acid wash, I don't know. I initially thought he was going to acid wash the liners too, but it doesn't look like he did, or if he did, he gave him a much lighter acid wash. But what's cool about it is that it actually does, if you can see the effect there, but because he did it lighter or didn't do it at all, the blade contrasts nicely with the liner, so you actually get a nice two-tone effect in there, and that's cool. So I am very happy with this. I am very happy with this. If you guys get a chance, his books I think are closed, so good luck getting in to get one done. But if you get a chance and you get one of these and you get a chance to send it to him, I highly recommend his work. He's a very good and very cool guy, very responsive. So check it out if you want to get one of these in base form with the small thumb disc. You know, it's kind of a so-so knife. It feels cool because the IKBS is very smooth, but you're gonna, you know, if you're anything like me, you're gonna get in and go, man, this knife. You know that this knife can be so much more, and you're gonna be tempted to. And I only spent like an extra $60 to get this all done. 60, I think it was 60 or $65, and that included shipping back to me. To me, totally worth it, because it took what was a cool knife, but kind of an almost cool knife, and turned it into an uber cool knife. So I really, really like this knife a lot, and this is made its way right into my EDC rotation, and I see it being there for quite a while. This is one of those knives that once you get it in your hand, you're just like, yep. I think this is a keeper. Definitely a keeper. All right. Love my knife. That's 102 cents, guys. Keep the change. Sláinte.